The village of Lauterbrunnen is mostly hikers central. It's a place to stay if you want to get back up into the mountains. It's very convenient for the various lifts and trails. It's a small place, just a handful of hotels. There's a dozen restaurants, and there's also a bus service that will take you back into Lauterbrunnen Valley. And here we're going to another one of the really spectacular scenic attractions of this area. You see these waterfalls on the sides of Lauterbrunnen Valley. They say on a rainy day there could be as many as 65 waterfalls. There are dozens of waterfalls that are majestic and there most of the time. And there's one in particular. We're looking at the view from this particular waterfall. It's called Trummelbach. And you actually go up inside the mountain to view the waterfall. It's the most amazing waterfall in the Alps that you'll ever see. The Swiss engineers have built staircases and walkways, elevators, and viewing platforms to give you this view of this most unusual waterfall. It had carved out a narrow, vertical, twisted canyon into the rock face of the cliff. And, well, the engineers thought this is an interesting opportunity to let people get up in there and be inside the waterfall itself. So that's where we are, in the Trummelbach. And they have a variety of different colored lights. They try and jazz it up a little bit, kind of tart it up with a bit of a psychedelic lighting and wonderful stairway access. And you look at it on the way up, you turn around and you come walking back down again and get different angles, different viewpoints. There are about a dozen major drops in this waterfall. So it's like looking at 10 or 12 waterfalls in one. And always there's the amazing carved and sculptured rock cliff face. This booming water pounding through. It's water that's coming down from the Aletsch Glacier. It's coming down from the Jungfrau Mountain where we've just been visiting. This is one of the main drains for the Eiger, the Monk, and the Jungfrau, those three big peaks that are up at the Jungfrau Massif. Now when you're coming down, you could take the elevator halfway back down to the bottom or walk all the way down. Don't stop for me. And that's a better strategy because you'll see parts of the lower falls that you would have missed otherwise, and more of these wonderful views from the Trummelbach looking into Lauterbrunnen Valley. On our way down, the park was closing already, so we had no choice. The elevator shut down and we had to walk all the way back down, and we're glad we did. And then you take the bus back into Lauterbrunnen and it connects very smoothly with the train system. Everything is coordinated here in Switzerland. Everything works in this country. It's so clean. It's so wonderful. Now we're off on another adventure, this time in Grindelwald. We're taking a little hike from the village of Grindelwald up into the Glacier Gulch. This is a narrow canyon you can see here, and it goes deep into the mountain. And once again, the engineers have built a very comfortable walkway. There's hardly any grade at all. It's barely uphill, you don't even notice. And it's so easy to walk through this unbelievable canyon. The rock cliffs are so close together, it seems like they are touching at the top. Hundreds of feet high, and in places only a few dozen feet wide. This is an amazing chasm. And you pay an admission to go up here and see it, but it's well worth it. It takes about a half an hour to walk in. They've got tunnels through the cliff. There's little bridges and cantilevered walkways, all to make it easy and fun for you to get up into this gulch. And there you see the glacier. Well, it's not much of a glacier finally, but it is the lowest glacier in the Alps. There's something special about it. The cold winds blow down through this gulch and support that very low glacier. So even in the summertime, you've got snow and ice at relatively low elevations. The glacier has been receding in the last couple of decades, like most of the glaciers all around the world, actually. But it's still there, waiting for you just outside of the village of Grindelwald. It takes about 40 minutes to walk there, and then we walk back into the village via a different route, so it's a very nice loop trail. And along the way we come across some cows. We've been looking for a nice picture of a cow and a cowbell, and here it is. Those soulful eyes checking you out. And there's our prized photo with a beautiful cow. Several cows in the pasture. Maybe that's why Swiss chocolate is so good. It's from these contented cows. The village of Grindelwald is quite lovely. It's got some very good restaurants. We came across this place and had a fabulous meal of goulash with spätzle, a kind of noodle from potato flour, and it was so tasty. Of course, hunger is the best spice. We'd worked up a great appetite with that walk and enjoyed the lunch, and then back on the train. From Grindelwald, you go back down the hill by train into Lauterbrunnen, and you change trains in Lauterbrunnen sometimes, or sometimes it's a direct train that'll bring you all the way back to Interlaken. It takes less than 1 hour, usually. It takes less than 1 hour to go from Grindelwald back down to Interlaken.
That's our train.
And that's all the time we have in today's program for Interlaken. We're there for 3 days, and we have more scenes we'll show you sometime in the future.